Welcome into the Video Game Review, VGR 2.0, right here on thesportstuff.com. I am your host, Brian Cush, and my co-host is back in the house, or in the hizzy for all you young kids out there, Scott Evans. The dog pound. Now we're really dating ourselves. Scott Evans, Comic Relief from the message boards. He is back. NC Comic Relief on Xbox Live. Scott, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the show. I'm sorry it's been too long, my friend.
Brian, it's good to be back. I'm glad to be here. You're a busy man with all the podcasts going on, and not to mention everything that's going on in the outside world. So the time I get to spend with you is time that I treasure.
Comic, you're back.
Hey, you know what?
This is your choice.
This is MLB season, so let's talk about MLB. Specifically for me is MLB 2k8. I know you have both games since you do have.
I stuck with 2k8 actually. I played the show once. It's a nice game, but I just like the pitching was. I enjoy the pitching too much on MLB 2k8.
The pitching is fantastic. Now, out of the box, the game played okay. With the patch, the game plays much better. The frame rate issue is pretty much non-existent. If you go onto some websites and you find a good set of sliders, this game plays amazing. And I've been having a blast with it. I've been going to collecting the cards. Do they have the cards on the PS3 version as well?
Yes,
or no?
Yes, they do. I have about 7 Felix PA cards for the Cubs.
I had about 9 Freddie Sanchez cards. So I'm with you on that one. But I have about 120, 130 cards now. I've just been going mad playing random games, waiting for the roster update to start the season. And actually, I started the season a couple of days ago. I couldn't wait for the roster update. Baseball season started, so it was time for me to get started. And I'm having a blast. I think, I can see the detractors, what they didn't like about it. But for me, the game, the minor leagues, I think that's a great addition. I'm here in minor league Mecca, where I'm about 20 miles away from both Durham Bulls Athletic Park and Five County Stadium, home of the Carolina Mudcats, to be able to play at those two stadiums, and those are two of the stadiums that are in the game or were available shortly after for the DLC. It's a blast, and I'm really enjoying it. I think the game is definitely going to get me through all summer, or at least through April 28th, and then we'll see what happens on April 29th.
Yeah, my only criticism really about the game, even like you said, the frame rate issues were resolved with the patches, but the fielding is still a little shaky, more so the infield fielding. I mean, the outfield thing, I talked with Ben Brinkman about a month ago about that and asked him, did they stop the lunging outfielder, which they did, and that's great. But, still, the infield is still a little shaky. It seems sometimes they don't charge the ball as fast as they should, or if you're trying to turn a quick double play, the shortstop will kind of take his sweet time getting the ball to second base. That happens occasionally. But the addition of the minor leagues is awesome, and it's just like the way it was set up with the old MLB, or not MLB, what was it called? MVP for the EA, the old EA baseball game, where you had the full minor league, and then you could do like the simulation mini game, where you could still closely follow your minor league teams and what your players do in the minors without having to play a whole 45 minute ball game. So I love the whole minor league aspect to that, and I love the way they, if a player hasn't made it to the major leagues yet, who the player is because they'll have the first letter for their last, first and last name, so you know who that player is. So, like, for example, in the Cubs farm system, Jeff Samardzija, the former Notre Dame wide receiver, is one of their top prospects, a pitcher. So you go through the minor leagues, and it's not going to say Jeff Samardzija, but his name was like Jason Sampson or something. So that's Jeff Samardzija. Let me edit his name, and so I can have all my real minor league players and everything. So
right.
They've done a great job with that.
Yeah, obviously they couldn't use the names because of the rules governing the MLBPA. You have to be played in an official game.
Right.
But you're seeing career minor leaguers that are getting the occasional call up. If they showed up at one game, they're in there for the Pirates. There's Elmer Descends. There is one of the bright spots, Steve Pierce. He came up late last year, and you know what? He's in this game, and it's great being able to play with him. I love how they kept the teams accurate. You're seeing some older players, which I've already released for 21-year-olds just to try and build up my farm system. I've already made some some trades. They really make you work on the trades. I don't know if you've gone into the trade menu and fooled around with it, but I was basically trying to give away Matt Morris, and
I don't blame you on that one.
And I really had to work hard and search through some deals to find one that was adequate. I was still giving away more talent than I was getting back, but I was giving away a $9 million salary with a 39-year-old and getting 2 23-year-olds. So, I took the chance on it, and it was good to see that they weren't giving me, if I went to the Cubs, they weren't going to give me Ryan Theriot and a scrub ball player. They were giving me prospects, which is what I was looking for.
Yeah, the trading thing is set up really nicely, and you can put players up on the block, and you come back, and you have you could have 25 different offers, and you can scroll through all of them and see which one works out best. Because I've taken the approach now in my season as the GM, I'm actually trying to dump salary and trying to have the best team I can have with the lowest possible salary. So I'm trying to satisfy my owner that way. So I dumped guys like Jason Marquis, who's making $8 million, and getting rid of guys like that. Dumped Scott Air off for a couple cheap prospects. So yeah, the trading thing is really set up nicely. The minor leagues are outstanding, and even the card collecting. And it was something when I heard about it, I was like, not a big deal. We've seen this with Madden for several years. But they've done a good job with the way they set it up, and they've actually made it a lot better than what Madden has.
It made it fun, and it made you want to try different things. Like I said, I just started my season because I was waiting for the rosters to update, and I just couldn't wait. I had to start. But in the meantime, I was playing pickup games, picking different teams. I played as Texas. I played as Boston. I played as Florida. I went up against the Angels with a AAA squad, just to see if I could unlock that card. So I thought it was great. I like the options. I'm not sure of the PS3 version, but I know on the 360 version, say you're playing All-Star level, if you steal a base, there's a 4% chance that you're going to get a wild card. And it's either going to be a pure wild card where you open it up and it could be a pack of cards, or it could be a platinum player, or it could just be a random player card that they select. And, I thought that was really neat. It caused you to be aggressive on the base pass. It caused you to, work the count to try and get a walk. A walk, you had a 1% chance in All-Star level to get a card. And I think it's a great game. There still are some minor missteps on it, no doubt about it. The computer does not steal. I've ramped the stealing up all the way to 100 and still have not had a runner try and take off on me. I hope they fix that. There's a couple of other minor things, but other than that, I'm really enjoying the game.
So am I. So we both give thumbs ups to MLB 2k8. So